T20 World Cup, and he just hasn't had a run in the T20s here, even though he played 2 ODIs.
Yeah, he hasn't. It's a big surprise. I'm assuming is don't change a winning side. They got that big win against Canada the other day. Coming into this game, they'll want another win. But you're right, Imran Khan. I've said it since day one that I've been on commentary. He's been the big surprise for missing out here on this Omani squad, especially with Rafaela not providing much with the ball.
Yeah, there's something there with Rafael, isn't there? There's a real X factor. He's not the complete article or the finished package. I thought he bowled incredibly. I know he bowled one over, but he bowled incredibly quickly yesterday. For me, it was the fastest spell of the entire series that we've had here between these sides, and great credit to the Nepal fans who are braving the elements up there. I told that story on air yesterday. I'm going to show you this photo, actually. Met yesterday, lots of the travelling fans went up to the crowd. One group of them, 6 of them, including a mother and father, had driven the whole way from Pennsylvania.
Wow.
7 hours, and they came for both games. So lovely to see. That was the area that was causing some concern. Too early, but again, you can see the work they've done this morning to try and sort of
been chased there, but dissected the three men perfectly right over the keeper. Anil Shah, not where he wanted to go, but just got a little big on him in the end, didn't it, Lenny? And just managed to get that top edge over the keeper's head.
They drove past the King City Cultural and Heritage Centre last night. We've taken some interesting routes because there's been some roadworks going on up towards the ground here. As Sa goes a long way into the leg side. Oh, that's out of the ground, over onto pitch B, I think it is over there. What a strike from Anil Shah, the first maximum.
Well, he's lucky it's not Saturday or Sunday for this shot, because it would have dented a car, Lenny. That's where all the cars were parked on over the weekend. And Anil Shah, have a look at this, drifted on his legs. Might have been only, do you think he's taking that off stop, Lenny? Not quite on his legs, but he's driven this all the way over the few Nepali fans that have shown up.
It's gone over the Momo truck. No one's hit it over the Momo truck this entire trip. And I'll tell you something, you've got to consider that really good use of the conditions, and the reason why, it's a much shorter side over towards that side today. 60 metres square. It means the offside for the right-handers from this side today is 68 metres. So you'll be thinking lots of 2s and 3s out to the offside. And if you're going to target the boundary, even though there's a man out at deep backward square leg, take him on, hit it over his head. Really good start for Nepal, just like they got off to that flying start in the power play yesterday. There's been lots of good stuff on this tour for Nepal, hasn't there? Just probably not the wins they would have liked.
Yeah, I think it's been in pockets, hasn't it? They've only really put one full game together. We saw that the other day.
Yeah, this is going to be very close. Height might be the only issue. Arnold Medela, he's been pleaded with, implored with by Kalimullah. It's definitely straight enough, but Kalimullah's natural height and bounce, was it taking it over the top? How close is this?
Judging from the reaction, it looks like it's kept a bit low, and Kalimullah, he's disappointed. He was getting closer and closer to Arnold Medela. Thought he was going to give him a bear hug there for a second, but let's have a look, Lenny. It's definitely straight enough, you'd have to say.
He's deep in the crease, but height is the issue.
He's on his tippy toes there as well, Lenny. Mightily close, mighty close.
Well, I'll tell you something. Aki Bilias not happy, nor Kalimullah. I would say that's as marginal as you get. If we did have DRS here, you'd almost banker that that's an umpire's call in terms of the height.
Clipping the bails, you'd have to say,
kind of clipping the... So one of those ones that could have gone either way. And Kalimullah, he just hasn't had the decisions go his way, has he? Fuller again. That's a better length. Sa wants a single now. Run out chance. Direct hit is going to be gone. And gone for all money. And a calamitous mix-up. I think Asif Sheikh did the right thing. I don't think there was a single there, particularly not... Hit, and Oman have a wicket in the first over.
Yeah, the last one kept a little bit low. This one, again, the tacking is coming to show, and Ayan Khan, he moved well there. No doubt about it. It was almost a comedical, because he just clipped that leg stump with that throw, didn't he, Lenny? If he missed that, Akabilias, he might have had a spray at him.
Anil Shah has run himself out for 11 at the end of the first over. It's 13 for 1.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Well, what a dramatic start we have had here. Just moments after the big appeal, we see the run out. We'll hopefully be able to get those graphics updated with the fact that it was Ayan Khan with the run out. Not just yet, just searching as to which of the Omani fielders it was. Shakil Ahmed is going to get things going with the ball from the far end. You've got to admire Oman, don't you? They've kind of been nowhere with their form, particularly with their batting, but they just keep scrapping and keep finding their way into contests. I don't think they're playing particularly well at the moment, though.
And I don't think they would say they are either. Having a chat to Bublu Desanaika the other day, and he said, we're still searching Paul changing. Every game there's been somebody rested, a couple people brought in. Oman, they're sticking with the same side throughout this T20 series, this No Frills T20 Cup. What do you make of that, Lenny?
Yeah, look, for me, the T20s, I know there's international ranking points on the line, and there is a path, albeit one that's very much down the line, to automatically qualify and consider getting into the 2028 T20 World Cup. As we've seen Ireland do for this 2026 World Cup. They were the last side to get in on the rankings, and you do have to think of the rankings and their importance. They're important for funding as well. They're important, in various countries to, go to your national sports governing body and say, this is where we're ranked in the world. This is why we need more support. Sheikh goes inside out over Rextra. He's got it wide of the man at long off, who does really well out there. Might be Raffaella, who's going to keep it to just a single. That's, 3-run save, not just 1-run save. Outstanding stuff.
He's very wide out there, isn't he, Lenny? I was surprised before the beginning of this over. He's very, very wide out there at long off, but the right call from Akabilias as he saves 3 runs for his team.
Yeah, certainly. If you're going to experiment, Cricket World Cup League 2 is far too important. Like, every game is critical and must win there, right the way throughout the 2.5-year cycle. Yeah, that's missed everything, isn't it? I think this has gone through and clipped nothing at all. I don't think Pratik Attavele's had the best tour with the gloves. He's trying to say that it's come off something, but it's hit nothing at all, and Nepal. It'd be 4 buys, isn't it?
It looks like 4 buys. That's the call. Attavele. I don't know what's better. If it came off the bat, it's a drop catch. If it's not, it's 4 runs against you. So I don't know what he's. It looks like it's just gone through everything, Lenny. It's very tough to tell from our angle.
Hasn't turned an inch, has it? It's just skidded on and gone straight through and beaten the lot. We just want to get a quick look at this Nepal team dugout, because one big piece of news overnight, the ICC update their rankings. Now ranked as the 2nd highest T20 all-rounder in the world. As this is edged away, going to be 4, going to go down to Dipendra Singh Airi. He might even do the fielding himself. One of the Omani players helps him out. Bit of fortune for Dev Canal. That's the highest any Nepal player has ever been ranked in any format, in any way, and it shows his value. He's only behind Liam Livingstone of England, and look at the company he's keeping. Marcus Stoinis, Sikander Raza, Winindo, Hasaranga De Silva, Mohamed Nabi, all beneath him. Dipendra Singh Airi, what a player.
He's an exceptional player and a very important player for Nepal. And the one thing I'll say, Lenny, it's the impact that he makes in just such short bursts. 22 for 1 now after 2.
Care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. So it's the no frills thing to do.
Yeah, so that was breaking news this morning, and it's lit up the news agencies across Nepal. The highest any Nepalese player has ever been ranked in any of the ICC rankings, and you think traditionally, as this one just goes above the outside edge, a little bit of extra bounce from Kalimullah, how difficult it has been for some of the associate sides players to get up in those rankings. But that's quite remarkable. Dipendra Singh Airi, 2nd best player in the world. According to the official ICC methodology.
Well, I think it's even more impressive when you see the run the squad's been on. They haven't won for a while. balls that he faced really helped them get into that bowling lineup. And it made it an increasingly impact.
It's probably going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? Will the bounce be a tiny bit?
So again, it is tricky, and it looks like Asif Sheikh there just struggling a little bit here in the first 3 balls of this Kalimala over.
This time he cashes in. He's finally judged the bounce nicely. It's got it all the way for 6. Again, remember, that's the shorter side of the ground today. Probably not in full control, but gets enough of it to get the maximum.
Asif Sheikh says, forget the offside. I'm going to go towards the leg side. It's probably at a similar line to the first 3 deliveries. So not much wrong from the delivery, but just different approach from Asif Sheikh there, and it goes all the way for 6.
I think you can definitely see there's been a conversation at Nepal's end about going at it in the power play. They've actually probably, in this T20 series, they've probably managed the power plays the best of all the opening batters. The problem for them is actually being outside of that, playing the spinners from kind of 6 to 14. It's been an issue, isn't it? And you look at yesterday, from the 9th over to the 14th over, you might look at the end and say, oh, well, they've lost. But Nepal, who face so much spin, they have to be better than that in those middle overs.
And I think the important part there is they've got a couple of left-handers as well, so they can leverage both sides of the wicket when you think about it. Left-hander hitting to the short side from the other end, and the right-hander hitting to the short side. That's something they did well against Oman the other day and just weren't able to capitalize against Canada yesterday.
Is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. So it's a no-frills thing to do.
So halfway through the power play, Shakil Ahmed is going to continue. He's done a really good job, hasn't he, throughout this series? Real competitor too. Arslan, back in your playing days, you were someone who definitely got a bit exuberant on the field. I think I've got that on very good repute. Do you empathise and then love the way in which Shakil Ahmed and Kalimala shows such passion?
I think it's important. You've got to have passion. You're playing for your country at the end of the day, Lenny. I don't know who you've been speaking to, but I'll have a word with them later.
Multiple reports, just for the record. Multiple. Now, they might think of a second here. Reminder, it's 68 metres out to that boundary. Now, that's not a particularly wise piece of cricket. Khalid Kale
Khalid Kale to come in.
Oh, it's another edge.